Hi, I'm Pastor Sharon Williams, and welcome back, where we are coming straight from the heart of God. God has a word for you tonight. Tonight, blessings on you this day. We want to talk to you about relationship, marriage, you that desire to be married. And this beautiful love story, I'm sure, will be encouraging to you. God wouldn't put it in His Word. He left it there just for me and you and for those that are seeking, wanting a husband, a wife in your life. He has someone. Now, this story is coming from the book of Genesis, the 24th chapter. 24th chapter. Read it. Take time and read this story. You may want to read it all every day until you get it in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And so the Bible talks in this story that Abraham, his father, was on a sick bed. You know, he's getting ready to go to glory. And he's going to make sure that everything is right for his son. A true father will make sure everything is right in the home, everything is right when he gets ready to get married. He's going to make sure everything in place. And God will put the right people in your life as well to help you along the way. But you got to give ear and you got to listen. So in the story, Abraham began to tell his servant, he said, I want you to go back to my family and get Isaac a wife. Well, you know, this day and time we don't marry into families, but back in the Old Testament, they would marry if they kept it right in the family because they didn't want other gods or other interference. They wanted to be of that same spirit. And so as the servant said, yes, master, I will go, but if I go and I can't find anybody, you want me to bring Isaac back here? He said, no, don't take him back there. Don't take my son there because I've come out of that. God brought me out from my family to where I am today. And so his servant went. He went to that town. He went to that city. And he stood there by the well. And he just whispered a prayer. He said, Lord, give me a sign. If she comes and she gives me drink and give my camels drinks, I know that she's the one. Just as quick as he could say it, all of a sudden here comes this beautiful damsel coming, and she's getting water from the well. And, sir, would you like some water? She gives him some water. She gives the camels water. And the servant was excited, like, oh, the God of Abraham has answered my prayer. I'll come to tell you that God is going to answer your prayer. You just wait. See, the servant didn't move, but he stood right there and he waited until something happened. And that's what you got to do. You got to wait on God. Don't go out and get someone that you know is not the one. You don't want to compromise. You want the one that God has just for you. And so the servant told Rebecca the story and what God had did, and he began to put earrings on her ear. Oh, he was excited. And she said, come home, come home with me to my father's house. And the father welcomed him in, and he sat there and they fed him, and he began to tell him how Abraham had sent him, and which this was a part of their family. And they rejoiced, and they said, well, he wants to take Rebecca back so she can be Isaac's wife. Oh, they all agreed. But that morning when they got up, the mother and some of them, they was, well, let us stay a little longer. Moms, you got to let them daughters go. Moms, you got to let them sons go so they can be with their husband or wife. And so, she was trying to get Rebecca to stay, but he said, please don't hinder me. Don't hold me back. I've done what the Lord has said. I've done what my master have told me to do. Please release us. So she says, well, let's ask Rebecca. Rebecca said, I want to go. I'm ready. Yes. So Rebecca and her servants and the servants and his servants, they went on back. And there Isaac was over there in that little corner. There they riding on the donkeys coming up. And he looked and he saw Rebecca. The Bible says she threw the veil over her face. And of course we know that the servant had introduced them to each other. And they got married that night, honey. They didn't wait. One thing about it, when it's God, you ain't got to wait 2 years to have a wedding. When it's God. Because a lot of times, if you wait too long, the enemy, he'll try to enter in. You see how he tried to intervene in that? In the mother, through the mother, trying to hold her up. But she recognized, no, I know this is the Lord. I know God has spoken. I know God has used this man of God. And the Bible says he kissed her, he went into her, and they were married. I want you to know, once you go into your wife or your husband, once you come together as one, you are married. So I encourage you, if you are in a wrong relationship and you have a relationship out of marriage, you don't want to do that, because it's going to be a stumbling, it's going to be a hindrance in your future. So stay before the Lord. Stay clean. If you've done things that you know that are not pleasing in the Lord, ask him to forgive you. Wait on the Lord, because many times the enemy will try to use our emotions, especially us as women, to try to get us to go down the wrong path. And a lot of times with men, the enemy will use beauty to try to get them to go down the wrong path. But when you wait on God, be encouraged. God has your Isaac. God has your Rebecca waiting for you. And I encourage you, begin to pray for your husband. You don't know who he is. Start praying for him. Start praying for her, that they be released, and whatever's hindering them, that they'll come forth. I hope that you enjoyed this moment coming straight from the heart of God. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.